I've been on, I've been on. Tell me who gon' take me off, take me off, take me off, take me off. Cause I've been on, I've been on, I've been on. Tell me.
Welcome back to the Punkin Show. Thank you for everyone who is tuned in with us tonight. I do have a special guest in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Kevin Hawkins. What's going on? How y'all doing?
Kevin Hawkins. And for y'all who don't know Kevin Hawkins, you better get acquainted because he about to do some big things. And best thing about all of this, tell people where you're from.
I'm from right here in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. What part of Dallas did you grow up in?
I grew up in Lancaster.
Lancaster.
Yeah, Lancaster. I went to Lancaster High School. Graduated in 2012. So that was a good thing. 5 years ago.
2012.
I feel like I'm getting up there.
I feel like I'm up there. I graduated in 2010. Ooh, it's my 10-year reunion, by the way. How's it been? So he's a singer. For y'all who don't know, when did you start singing?
I've been singing since probably 2, 3, but professionally since I was like 16.
16.
Yeah, so I'll be 26 this year in May. So it's been like 15 years. Mm-hmm.
What made you want to start singing?
You know how it's like when you're little, people always ask you what you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you be like, yeah. I used to say I wanted to be a doctor. I used to say I wanted to be like a heart surgeon. But I think by the time I was like in the 8th grade, I was like, no, I want to be a singer. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something I was just having a conversation with my best friend about that last night. It's just like, you know, when you hear people say they want to be a singer or a rapper, it's like, it's not taking it seriously.
Right, it's like the negative. It's like you were what your parents about to say. You go from a doctor to a singer.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this was one of those things. It's just like we need to instill in our kids better. It's like you can honestly be anything you want to be, and don't let anybody tell you different. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's so true.
I'm all for it. I'm all for like chasing your dream and doing whatever it is that you really aspire to do. Because I mean, even if you probably was going to be a doctor, something you wouldn't be that passionate about it because you got something else thriving inside of you. Yeah. And honestly, I don't know if y'all have heard him sing or listened to any of his videos, but this man could sing. Like not just sing, but sing. So I seen your clip when you was on Fox, K.Michelle. How was that experience?
Oh, that was cool. That was cool. My girl Claudia actually helped me out with that, Claudia Jordan. But Tammy, she was so cool, and she actually told me like, you know, when we cut off the camera and stuff, like she was having like a rough day. And it was actually a couple of days before Valentine's Day. Yeah. And I guess she was just like, when she told me, just heard me sing, it just like brightened up her day and stuff like that. And that's like the reason I love to sing. You
got that effect. She was saying that was like an orgasm or something.
Yeah.
So that definitely made her Valentine's, I'm sure.
She's freaking hilarious.
Being from Dallas, going to Lancaster, I be having to switch it up. You know, I'm from Fort Worth. In Fort Worth, we got a street, but I mean, it's spelled exactly the same, but it's Lancaster.
Okay.
Like we call it Lancaster, and I come in here and y'all be like Lancaster. I'm like Lancaster. Yeah. But anyway, growing up in Lancaster, do you think that sound has affected your music?
Definitely. It did help shape, you know, for the most part, because I went to Lancaster, predominantly black school, African American, and so definitely I participated in the choir. I was in the band, I was a drum major, so definitely got like those gospel roots and stuff like that. But I was even in church. But when I went to college, I went to UNT. That's when I was like, you know, in for definitely like a culture shock with all the different diversities and stuff. And so that's when I was able to like expand. I guess you could say expand my voice and really, like, you know, realize the different things that I could do besides gospel and jazz. And stuff. Like just I could do opera, I could do pop, you know, just everything.
You for sure can do some opera, boy.
Appreciate it.
You for sure can do some opera. You work with a lot of people, so just some of the people I've seen. Like, did you open for K.Michelle?
I did open for K.Michelle. I did that back in November 30th. That was at the House of Blues, and it was like a month after I did my own show at the House of Blues too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so I did that. I've done stuff with Kiki Wyatt, Mario. She can sing her butt off. She can sing her butt off. Yeah, I've even done stuff with Young Burn Peoples. They were famous for the song "Don't Stop the Music." They actually produced me, and then I was able to open up for Erykah Badu because of them. And then I've done stuff with Kenny Babyface Edmonds, and it's just been like
the one thing after the next. On and on.
Yeah. And then recently, I just opened up for Oprah Winfrey, so that was pretty cool.
Oprah
boy,
Winfrey. You on a new scale now. Oprah.
Yeah.
Hey. Well, that's what's up. Oprah getting a lot of backlash right now, but we still love Oprah. You know, she's going through her little her balance of life and falling stage. But
yeah, that was pretty funny.
What are some plans that you have for us for 2020?
Oh, for 2020, so me and my publicist, LaShirl
Shout out to
and Cammy.
LaShirl.
Yeah, shout out to LaShirl and Cammy. Definitely, something I've always looked forward to is going to the BET Awards and then performing at Essence Festival. So that's something that we definitely have coming forth. And even that R&B Lover and Friends Festival with Usher and Summer Walker and them, like, cause I was seeing the when they first dropped the flyer, I was wondering, I was like, this is like the best lineup I've ever seen. And to actually, I was telling my friend, it was like, oh, you want to go? I was like, I would love to go. And then, LaShirl coming the other day, she was like, well, we got you like all this stuff, backstage. And so I was like, man, like, so it's just everything's just like going really, really good.
It's just coming
Yeah.
into play.
So everything's just going really good with that. Back in January, I attended the Grammys for the first time. So that was pretty cool too.
How was that?
It was cool. Everybody was chill. It was just, connecting with people. And it's just like the people that you look up to in the industry for a long time, and to actually see like these people actually exist. Like,
and I was like sitting in the audience close to you. Like it seems like most of them go down in the audience at the Grammys. Like when they be on break.
Yeah.
Is it how it is?
Yeah, that's
like,
how it is. Everybody's just like
getting
getting up and stuff. Only thing, I mean, like I saw Beyonce at one of the parties, but she wasn't at the actual show. We're pretty much doing commercial break. Everybody just gets up and just trying to talk.
Yeah, I knew that's how it was. I knew it. All right. Being for Dallas and having all the success, do you think it's still possible for people to make it out of Dallas and not having to move to LA or Atlanta or New York? Do you think it's possible?
That's a really good question. Yes and no. And not to shade, the Dallas scene and stuff like that because it's my home, but it is definitely tougher to make it out of here, especially if you don't know where to start.
Yeah.
And so I feel like for a long time, I was going to the same musicals, the same shows, same events, seeing the same people. And I did that when I was young, really young, because like I said, I've been singing for like, my whole life, but as far as professionally, like 10 years. And I was like, this can't be the way. I was like, this can't be it. If I'm seeing these same people, and I don't want anybody to think, if you watch it, I don't want nobody to think that is disrespect. But honestly, I did not want that to be me.
Yeah.
And because I'm just like, this is not getting anybody anywhere. And I feel like when I started branching out outside of Dallas, and performing in Los Angeles, performing in New York, Atlanta, those cities, Las Vegas, stuff like that, people started respecting me more. And that's just not, not being funny.
Yeah, that's your personal story.
Yeah, that's just what happened. And, some people were coming up to me, they were like, oh my God, like, of course, they say they're proud of you. They was like, but I didn't know you could do this. I was like, I've been doing this for it. But,
people don't start realizing until you outside the city for the most part.
So,
what do you think is something we can do better in Dallas to where talent can stay here and we can all just build here and don't have to move to all these different states? What do you think it would require?
The radio scene needs to play local artists.
Yes, say that again.
The radio scene needs to play local artists.
I know that's
no
right.
No shade, but K104, 97.9, y'all need to play local artists.
I know that's right.
Don't show them love when they start blowing up. Y'all definitely need to play local artists, and that's respect. It's not me being funny, but it's one thing that I, being honest about. I know that other artists struggle trying to make it here in Dallas, and then when they blow up outside of Dallas, K104, they want to show love, and it's just like, seriously, it's just like you could have helped this person get their start.
Yeah.
So I've been through that myself, and I've seen other people go through that.
I've even had struggles with radio shows, so I know how that whole thing goes.
I've just prime example, and not to put his name out there, but Yellow BZ, he's one of them. He was one of the people, and we went to the same high school. He was in Lancaster too. He was one of those people where he kept pushing and pushing and pushing. They weren't trying to play his music at first, and now, they're playing. That's on me, baby.
That's all they play.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe they'll learn. They'll do better. Because I feel like Dallas got so much talent right now.
In Dallas, as far as getting artists on, because, you have, Trap Boy Freddy, Mo3, it's a lot of rappers right now, but you do have a lot of singers, and there's a lot of people that's in the industry that actually live in Dallas. You know, and I know for a fact that a lot of the Dallas singers that sing background for these major artists, like I said, a lot of the musicians and singers come out of Dallas. You know, so that sing for big names such as Janet Jackson, you know, Christina Aguilera. The list goes on. And so I don't understand what it's been, you know, taking so long. Because I mean, even the same thing happened with Erica Badu back in the '90s. You know, she moved to New York, and she was already becoming a big, you know, staple. But same thing, you know, when she started becoming big, that's when they started playing her music in the Dallas radio scene too.
Yeah. They gotta learn. Hopefully they will. They'll do better.
Hopefully.
We got hope in them. And I see that you're like more of a live artist. You know, do you think that that's something that separates you from a lot of other singers out here? Because I know a lot of things are done in a studio now to make people sound different ways, and then you're singing live. You got live band. This is your voice, no auto tune, none of that. You think that's something that will really separate you in the long run?
Yeah, I definitely think, and I think part of me is like old school at heart because I've looked up to people like Prince, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Whitney Houston, and just to see the way these people have performed, you know, live, you know, without the, I mean, because they didn't have a lot. Beyonce does now, you know, because she's still definitely relevant. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
But just back then, you know, not saying they didn't have auto tune or anything because it definitely existed, but you know, they didn't have all the gimmicks and the stuff.
The one that's big. You had to have like more talent back in the day. Not everyone could do that music.
Yeah. And so that's something that I definitely think that has been setting me apart. And I've been told, you know, that I'm definitely a good writer and stuff. But, you know, just from the entertainment factor to the live singing and everything, you know, just putting all that together and stuff. But I actually I like live performing and I like singing in the studio. You know, I love being around producers and musicians where we get to come up with like all these cool ideas. That's where I feel good. I feel good on the stage, you know, because I like to take what we've done in the studio and just produce like this big show. Yeah. But I mean, I love the studio too because we can be so creative. Yeah, for sure.
What is your studio process like? Is there any specific things you gotta have? I know some artists are like dark lights or a lot of light or a specific food or a lot of people or little people. Do you have like a process while you're
sometimes a lot, sometimes a little. When I'm writing a song, it's definitely like chorus. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the first thing that probably comes to a lot of people's heads. I know definitely for mine, it's like the chorus. I'm thinking like whatever, and then I'll go from the chorus. Then I'll probably like play it on the piano, and then I'm like, okay, let me put a storyline to this. Then I go from the chorus to the verse, back to the chorus to the second verse into the bridge. And sometimes it doesn't work like that. Sometimes I go from the chorus to the bridge and then write the verses. But that's pretty much like standard for me. And then when I'm actually recording, I always start with my background vocals for the chorus, like, and then I'm stacking them. People that you know saying they.
I know you threw a few words at me. I'm trying to learn. Okay, we stacking them. Then what?
Yeah, I'm stacking them. Definitely for sure. So I'll stack them. So like I'll do I'm doing the alto part. I'll go and sing the alto part like 3-4 times, and then we'll choose like the best one of those. And then they're like, okay, go sing the soprano part. I'll sing it 3-4 times, and then I'll sing the tenor part. And sometimes if I need a very bottom like a baritone, I'll sing that too. And we just play with the levels, and we just go and get the best one. Like literally, that's what it is. So when people are listening to the songs, these 2-3 minute songs, keep in mind that stuff takes hours.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And it ain't cheap. Studio time ain't cheap.
No.
Producers ain't cheap.
That's like you gotta have some friends.
You gotta have some type of connection. I know, like, even being in this industry, it ain't. A lot of people think it's so easy because so many people are doing it, but I know it takes a lot. It costs a lot. None of this is free. It definitely is a process. So I salute everything that you're doing, and you gonna open up a lot of people's eyes really soon. If they ain't already open, they're definitely gonna be open really soon.
Appreciate that.
And you just said you played the pianos. How long have you been playing the piano?
Oh, I've been playing the piano since I was 7, 8. So yeah, so that's been about a good almost 20 years.
So you come from a musical family? Or?
Yeah, my dad played the drums. Both my brothers play the drums. My mom sings. My aunt sings and plays piano, and then my grandmother sings, and my other aunt sings too.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but I picked up the trumpet and organ, so that was like kind of like took it a little bit further. No hate to my family, was kidding.
So, what all instruments do you know how to play?
So I can play the trumpet, the organ, the piano, and then when I was in college, I had to learn how. When I was getting my degree, I had to learn how to play like instruments like the flute, saxophone and stuff like that. Like I'm not efficient on them, but I know how to, maneuver my way around them.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So when will we have an album?
Oh, you definitely have an album this year.
This year?
Where I'm planning to put out my EP at the end of April, beginning of May.
That's real soon.
Yeah.
You got like a month.
Yeah. I've been pushing it. Trying to do it and get it out. But I'm definitely trying to get a Grammy. So that's why I'm just like hopping on it. I definitely want a Grammy within the next year or two. But my plan is to put out 2 EPs this year and then maybe like a Christmas EP as well. So I've been working like crazy trying to put this Christmas EP. Yeah, because people have been asking me, they were like, "Can you please give us a full project? Can you please?" I'm like, I'm trying, but it just takes so. It's a process, It really is a process, and I try to get people to understand that I'm just like, none of this stuff happens overnight, and I can go into the studio and be recording, and it just be like, okay, you can have like something done, and then like you'll listen to it like maybe a week or two later. It's like I probably need to go back and fix this. I need to go do this, and then you'll just get off track. And it's while you're doing that, you still got to go do interviews. You still got to go travel, And I'm still trying to finish a project. You got to go and do the photography portion so you can have these visuals, shoot videos. I mean, it's like, and especially if you're doing it independently without a major record label.
That's what I'm just gonna ask. I'm like, are you independent?
I'm independent right now. I'm looking at a couple labels right now that want to bring me on. So hopefully everything works out. But I've been independent, since I started, and I've had opportunities. Like last summer, I was at Sony. Last summer I was at Sony. I don't know why.
That's what's up.
I was at Sony last summer. And I mean, it almost worked out, but I had to step away. I just wasn't ready, and it wasn't that I wasn't ready. It's just that I didn't have as much material and as much notoriety as I do now. So that's one thing. Just playing everything makes everything.
So you go back, see what they say now.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back and see what they offer now.
I'm pretty sure they will have something to say.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Me and my friends, we battle about this all the time, and they talk. I think a lot of people they miss that traditional R&B from the '90s
for sure.
But you also, and they're like, oh, when a new R&B artist comes out, like for instance, like Summer Walker or Jacquees or her, and I love her. But I think people are still missing and I'm like, well, they're good, to do what they do. So I think you have to give them a balance of both. So I think that's something that they can definitely expect from me. Like I am '90s traditional R&B music to my heart, what everybody missed. So I can give you that, but I can also switch it up and give you to what's current, and what's hot right now too. And so I think it's just about being when you're an artist. It's just about finding that balance and stuff. Because I mean, we are in the business to as much as I hate to say it, you're in the business to please people.
Yeah.
That's
what it's all about.
Yeah.
Are you ever scared that one day you will have to lose everything that you built, like your music on, like with the soulful sound, and like transition to commercial? Because that's something we always do see too. Mm-hmm. They come out real soulful and doing everything right, and then sometimes they'll transition to like a commercial where it's like more pop now.
I don't have a problem with that. I don't necessarily see it as like me selling my soul and stuff, because I feel like I said, as long as I have a balance of everything, like I could come out with this hot pop track just to be on a commercial with Walmart and something. Yeah. And then people are like, oh, I like this dude, let me check him out. And then they still see that, oh, well, he's still pretty much traditionally R&B.
As long as you keep some
you just gotta keep it's just following that balance. It's just finding that balance, and that's what I would definitely say to a lot of artists.
Staying out here, you're gonna move on us.
I've been back and forth. I'm actually moving out to Los Angeles in April.
It's hot out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be good. My family's.
You got family out there?
My family stays out there.
Okay, so you're good then.
Yeah, I'll be back and forth. I mean, I've always been back and forth, but I'll be in Los Angeles definitely for from April to mid-May.
With your music, and you're a writer, are these personal stories? Are these stories that your friends go through? Like, what's your inspiration behind your writing?
Everything is literally something that I have went through in my music. So the title of my project is Mixed Emotions.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so that's why I was saying like the traditional and the traditional sense and then the current sense and stuff. And then a part of me, like, I'm a pastor's son. My dad's a pastor. So part of me was like, okay, you're this pastor's son, but you also sing secular music. You know, so it's like that pull and tug relationship. That's why I kind of named it Mixed Emotions, because of everything, like, you know, that I've honestly been through, and then like the good and bad relationships. It's just everything. You got the ups and downs and everything. And I've been in some toxic relationships. I've been in toxic, but
you live and you learn.
Yeah, I've been in some toxic relationships. So, but we all have been there. And sometimes, you know, you just look back as you get older and you're like, what was I thinking? You know,
with all of it. Look, I'm looking down on your Instagram. I see you used to have like your black hair and like that. What made you want to go platinum blonde?
I have always wanted to do this for the longest. So I used to do red sometimes, like in my early 20s, and then what else did I do? I think I did like a purplish red one.
Oh, you've been real creative.
Yeah, but I wanted to do blonde, and it's been working for me.
Yeah, it's a good look. That's what I'm saying.
It's been working for me.
Perfect.
Yeah, and people have been like, oh, people, it's just sticking out. You know what I'm saying? But people are like, that's your look. That's your look.
That's it.
And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I might as well keep it. I like the black too, but I'm gonna definitely hold on to the
black
blonde for a good while.
I think I liked it with the hair.
Yeah,
That was cute, but this is definitely it. This is the look. This is that LA look that you're gonna need. Is there anything that you would want anyone who's listening or a guest to know about you that they already don't?
What would I want people to know about me? That's a really good question. Like, yeah, I actually have to think on that one. I guess what I want people to know about me when it comes to my music is, you know, for one, literally, like you asked me the question, it's everything that I wrote is everything that I've truly experienced. Nobody's wrote anything for me. And so you're getting all of me, literally. And wow, man, that was a really good question. I mean, like, for the first time, I'm like, I'm lost for words. I guess another thing, just in the fact, like, I've heard this a lot, and this is real talk. Like, some people have told me before they've met me, just looking at me from Instagram or Facebook, some people thought that I was like stuck up. And I was like, yeah, you're like,
that's that light skin thing. They be thinking all light skin.
I'll be like, I'm like the nicest person, like just down to earth, real cool and stuff. So I've gotten that a lot, you know, and I don't think people I've ever said that, you know, like on live or anything, but so I've gotten that people be like, oh, I thought you were gonna be stuck up and stuff, and I'm like, for what, you know? I'm just like, I'm real cool, real chill, real laid back. I like to have fun just like anybody else. But when it comes to, I guess sometimes when it comes to music, I guess I treat sometimes my relationships and friendships like I treat business. And sometimes that has been my downfall in a way, you know, but I guess it's something I would like people to know about me, because I mean, like, I be so about business when it comes to music, and then if I'm dating somebody at the time, I'm just like, well, this is how this needs to go. This is how this needs to go, and that's something that I can admit. Yeah. You know, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing, but I have been told that at times it's just like, you know.
Well, that's something else you just got to find your balance with. Just like you do your music, you just got to balance these relationships and know that it's, I mean, they got to understand business is business.
Yeah.
And where you're trying to go, everybody might not be able to come with you.
That's
everything that you've been through, all the different people you worked with right now, what would you call this chapter right now of your life?
This chapter right now of my life is going into chapter 26. I mean, but this is like the first EP, but because I've been trying to come up with this EP for years. I would definitely say everything that everybody's going to get is literally lesson learned. If I had to put it in like simple terms, this is like lesson learned.
Yeah.
And then the next EP that I put out after this one is just like, okay, we're moving forward. Yeah. So I mean, this is like lesson learned. If it wasn't called Mixed Emotions, that's what I would be calling it, because it's just like I can't go back to doing what I was doing, and we all have those experiences. But I'm just like, God, you know, I couldn't believe, because I stopped doing. That's something else. I stopped doing music for a little bit because I was depressed.
Oh, no.
You know,
depression is real.
Yeah, it is. It is real, and I wasn't like I wasn't nowhere near to the point of suicide or anything. I was just, you know, just down and not eating, and like not eating as much and not going to the gym, not working out, just like all of that, just literally sleep in the bed,
Going through it.
just going through it, and I'm like,
but hey, it made you stronger, and it's gonna give us some good music. Cause you know that pain, boy, that pain come onto them songs so different. When these people be all happy, the music just get bad. And I mean, I don't really nothing on no R&B singer, but come on, y'all, like Keisha Cole when she was hurt. There's nothing like this happy Keisha Cole. You know, like we don't get them hits. Mary J. Blige, when she hurt, and she So,
but sometimes you get that fun music though, when people happy. That's the dance.
That's her just fine.
Yeah,
like all of that. We need that.
Music.
What was that song? All of that.
You need all that.
We need all of that. We need them. And that's from like back in the day. That still go.
Yeah.
So that's how them hurt songs.
Yeah.
We love it. But we still want y'all to have y'all best life. But
I saw a meme the other day. It said, "I don't care what I'm going through. I'm gonna play some sad music to make it worse."
That is so true. I'm dumbass. We already sad and shit, and on the way home from work putting on sad shit. That's definitely me.
Oh my god. And
was singing to the top of my lungs like I can't sing. You gotta teach me how to sing. I was trying to say I want to be a rapper, but now I want to be a singer. You gotta teach me how to sing.
Okay,
get that high note like that.
Let's do it. That's actually, it used to until I learned how to control it. Because for a long time, my falsetto used to be a strong.
I would cough. If I did, when you singing real loud, I start coughing instantly in the car. That shit hurts. How do you, you have to train yourself to hold?
Yeah, I've trained myself, and, I took lessons and stuff, but, it wasn't that it hurt, it wasn't as strong, and then it used to be a little pitchy, and I couldn't sustain it and, just control it. But that comes with time and stuff, and for the longest, I guess when I was, 10 to 16, I didn't really start doing falsetto until I was 20. Yeah.
It just seems so hard. Do you think it's possible for someone who don't know how to sing to learn how to sing?
Everybody has a voice in them somewhere.
Yeah,
everybody has a voice in them somewhere. And it's not about being the best singer or anything, but everybody can hold a tune. We talk on pitch. Literally. You never thought about that?
I never thought about that.
We all talk on pitch.
Especially when I'm trying to use my corporate voice when I'm at work.
Yeah, we all talk on pitch. And if you were just to start talking and just and yeah, we all talk on pitch. Real. I'm not gonna be down to anybody. I'm always gonna do things to uplift people, try to make them better. And I think that's one thing that, if I can answer your question from a couple questions ago, that's one thing that sets me apart. I'm not in competition with anybody else. I'm in competition to make myself better.
That's what's up.
And I think that's one thing that people should do, because society puts those restrictions on you. It's well, you're not such and such, and it's I'm not trying to be them.
Yeah, or it could only be one of them.
Yeah, it's I'm not trying to be them. I've always heard people say, they compare me to Prince all the time. They compare me to John Legend and stuff. But I've always heard people say, well, you're not Prince. I'm I'm not trying to be him.
I'm Kevin, boo boo.
Yeah, I'm trying to be Kevin. But I'm pretty sure they were selling Prince and John Legend the same thing. You're not Michael Jackson. You're not Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you have to be in competition to always make yourself better.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm always in competition to make myself better.
These people laughing.
Hey, it's the truth. It's definitely the truth. If there's anyone who needs to find you, or is there anything you want anybody to know?
Yeah, so you can go to, if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can go to K-Hawk Music, so KHAWK Music. That's my Instagram, and that's my Twitter. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kevin Hawkins, or you can go to my Facebook and just click that like button on my page, that artist page, Kevin Hawkins, and check out all my songs all night long. Skinny Boys Like Big Butts 2, 24/7, and One For Me. Then I got a new song coming out. It's called The One Thing. That's definitely gonna be something.
The One Thing.
I'll let you hear it after we.
Yeah, you can definitely. Well, wait a minute. What was that second one you said? Big butts.
Skinny boys like big butts too.
Oh.
It's like a reggae song.
That's what's up. You talking about a reggae too? Hey.
You gotta balance.
That balance.
That
boy.
balance.
Hey, you a jack of all trades. I'm definitely convinced. Well, thank you so much for coming on to my show.
Absolutely.
I look forward for everything that you have coming up this year and many years to come. It kind of sucks you moving to LA, but it's okay. I understand.
It's just for a little bit. Like it's when I say it's just for a little bit, you wouldn't even realize I'm gone. It's just for a little bit because I'll always be back and forth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think honestly, I'm pretty sure I'm still going to stay in Dallas. Like you know, just
that rent ain't no joke out there.
Even if you got the money,
right? I know people with money who still like But that's what's up. Once again, thank you so much for coming. Go can they stream any of your music right now?
Yeah, everything else. It's on everything. It's on Spotify,
every streaming platform.
Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, YouTube Music.
All of that. All of them streaming platforms. So make sure y'all go get all of that. Stream his music right now. Kevin Hawkins. I love all y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I will see y'all next week. Bye.